When you're solving something that's logarithmic, the steps that you'll follow are these. First, you'll condense it into one log. You only want to see the word log one time. Next, you'll exponentiate. That's a word as big as mayonnaise that means to rewrite exponentially. The third thing to do is to solve the equation that you generate. And then finally, you must check your answer to be sure you've not violated the domain. Let's see what we can do with one. On the problem we have here, it's already just one log. So my first step is taken care of. Now remember, when there's no base at all written there, it's understood to be a base of 10. Let's rewrite this exponentially using the base 10 raised to the exponent 2, and that's equal to the stuff in the parentheses that we were taking the log of. 10, if I square it, is just 100, and that's equal to the stuff in the parentheses. Solving from there, adding 3 to both sides, looks like our answer is 103. Now remember, we've still got to check and be sure it's okay to use. When I take 103 and substitute it in for all of the x's, 103 minus 3 would make 100. 100 is safe to take a log of. You have to have things that are greater than 0 that you take the log of, and 100 clearly is. Let's see if we can do one that's a little bit harder. The next one is going to require us to do a little bit of condensing first. Notice that the bases are the same, so I'm able to condense it into one base 4 log. This addition means that the things in the parentheses need to be multiplied together. Now this is a nice one to multiply because it's a sum times a difference. All I've got to do is multiply the first terms, x times x made x squared, and the last terms, 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. Once we've condensed it into one log, we now need to rewrite it exponentially. Our base 4 needs to be raised to the exponent 2, and this is equal to the things in the parentheses. 4, when I square it, made 16, and I've got a quadratic equation that I need to solve. Remember, to solve something with a degree of 2, you need everybody to be on the same side with 0 on the other. Let's move the 16 over to where everybody else is. Subtracting 16 gives me minus 25. This will now factor. If you weren't able to factor, you could always use the quadratic formula. And our solutions that we arrive at, negative 5 from this factor, positive 5 from the other factor. Now remember again, you have to check the domain. When you take negative 5 and you substitute it in, you can see each of the logs would be trying to be worked on something that was negative. You can never have something that is 0 or less that you're taking a log of. So that solution cannot work. The fancy word is it is extraneous. Now the other solution will work. 5 plus 3 is 8. That's okay. 5 minus 3, that's 2. It's okay as well. So 5 is the only solution I should report. We don't talk about the extraneous ones. We only tell the ones that work.